Guys, the thing is, I shaved like my beard down too far, and now it's like I have a disproportionate amount of hair. I look like a freaking lesbian now. So I either got to get a haircut or something. But we got some big news. Russell Wilson, what's going on there? I'm getting to it right now. I'm just going to roll through this. Russell Wilson, when asked about playing for Washington, he said, Seattle is the place I'm at right now. Wilson is from Richmond, Virginia, which I didn't know. But he is from Richmond, so, that would be a move close to where he grew up. Now, the thing with Russell Wilson, I'm just not understanding the future of the Seattle Seahawks right now. They had a very confusing year to me in terms of, you've got even, maybe not a great defense, but you got Jamal Adams. You've got Russell Wilson, who only missed, I think, 3 games. You've got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. The issue becomes DK Metcalf is going to demand a big contract. You've already traded multiple first-round assets for Jamal Adams. You don't have a first-round pick this year, which would have been a top 10 pick. There is an argument to be made. Russell Wilson, at this point in his career, is it time to trade him while his value is still high? Get something back for him. And, maybe a team like the Commanders and a number 11 overall pick would be an interesting trade. They'd have to give up more than just that. But I've also thought of the idea of packaging Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf together, and that would be Seattle going full rebuild, where you'd be getting back a plethora of young picks. It'd probably be a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles where you'd get 4 first-round picks. Philadelphia has 3 first-round picks this coming year, and then maybe like a 2023 first-round pick or something like that. I'm like, with Seattle, it's such a weird position. It's like, you don't want to overreact to one year, but it was just such an odd year where Russell Wilson, 25 passing touchdowns, just 6 interceptions. Sure, he missed a few games. You're going to lose those games, but Seattle is more talented than this. I think they had like the 10th overall pick if they would have had it. So they finished with the 10th worst record. We'll have to see what happens there. Could the Commanders be a potential team for Russell Wilson? If I'm the Commanders, I would offer a significant package for Russell Wilson. You need a quarterback. At some point, just go for it. Just go for it. Enough with drafting. Enough with Taylor Heineke. Just go and get a quarterback. Melvin Gordon, Broncos GM, says, excuse me. I've had really good discussions with Melvin. I'd like to have him back, so that is earth-shattering news. I'm not even sure why, Melvin, nothing against Melvin Gordon. I don't know why I put that in here. Next, we've got Chris Godwin, and somebody save Chris Godwin. Bruce Arians said he doesn't want to have to use the franchise tag on Chris Godwin, but it's not out of the question. Oh, my goodness. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Chris Godwin. I hope it doesn't come to this. I hope Chris Godwin doesn't get franchise tagged again. I'm hoping a team like the Cleveland Browns can sign Chris Godwin. He's such a good receiver. Tampa Bay, they're talking about Kyle Trask. Can you guys believe Kyle Trask was actually a second-round pick? I thought he was like a 6th-round pick. No, he was a 2nd-round pick. I didn't even know that. Carson Wentz news. Colts GM says, we're working through it. When asked about Carson Wentz's future, yeah, that's code words for saying we're trying to find someone better. That's what that means. We're working through it. AKA, please, Lord, let me find a better quarterback than Carson Wentz so I can offload this dude. Nothing against Carson Wentz, but I absolutely love. I'm just playing my hair like I have too long hair at this point. I shave too much of my beard. I look like a lesbian. I'm trying to fix it, but it's just not working. It's just a bad hair day. Carson Wentz, guys, it's not happening. It's not happening with Indianapolis. Indianapolis, I 100% respect them. They're not settling for a mediocre quarterback. Carson Wentz, maybe he's a little bit better than mediocre, but it's the same crap. You need everything around him to be perfect to win. It's not going to happen. Try and get a better quarterback. Try and get an upgrade. Matt Ryan news. Falcons head coach says that he anticipates Matt Ryan being back in 2022. So Matt Ryan has the worst contract in football. They cannot cut Matt Ryan at this point. The cap space, the dead money would be like 35, 40 million. It is crazy. Guys, by the way, you see my new background, my moving background. I actually have a Christmas one. I have a Christmas one that I can use too. These new motion backgrounds. It's huge technology. But the Matt Ryan stuff, yeah, there's no way. The only other option with Matt Ryan, maybe he wants to be traded. Even if Matt Ryan was traded, they would probably have to eat about 90% of his contract. Nobody wants to take on Matt Ryan's contract. really, Matt Ryan at this point in his career, very similar to Phillip Rivers late in his career. Really not that good. Not horrible, but you're just not going to get much out of him. You're really not. Like when Phillip Rivers was on Indianapolis, this is what Matt Ryan is right now. That's what Matt Ryan is. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Matt Ryan. Maybe Matt Ryan's better than that. He's just been on a bad team. But the Falcons, another quick thing on the Falcons, if they trade Calvin Ridley, they will literally have no receivers. Also, Cordero Patterson saying he wants to re-sign with the Falcons. That would probably be a good move for Cordero. He would definitely get touches. Cordero Patterson back with the Falcons, he would be like a second-round pick in fantasy because there's just no touches. There's literally no one. Russell Gage is a free agent. You trade Calvin Ridley, you have no receivers at that point. People have talked about them potentially signing someone like Michael Gallup. I don't see the point in that. But Zeke Elliott, Cowboys executive vice president, Stephen Jones says that Elliott is going to be here. So the only reason Zeke will be back with the Cowboys in 2022 is also due to his dead money cap hit, which would be, I believe it says in this article, at $11.9 million in dead money if they cut him this offseason. They still have him signed throughout, I believe, the 2023 or 2024 season. But at that point, if they cut him, they will not have much dead money at all. And expect Zeke Elliott, who, it's so unfortunate with these running backs. They have about 2 prime years and then they're just washed. It's what happened to Todd Gurley. It's what happened to Zeke Elliott. Zeke's been washed for like 2 years now. And it's what happened to Le'Veon Bell. These running backs are superstars for about 2 years when they enter the league. And just like that, they're done. And Zeke, he's not very good anymore. I mean, let's be honest. I love Zeke. Former Buckeye. It's great. But Zeke is not very good at this point, and the Cowboys, really, you cut him, you've got a ton of dead money, he's untradeable. What do? You got to keep him. He's still a decent pass blocker at least, so they got that going for him. Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry's agent in meeting with Browns GM Andrew Berry to discuss a contract restructuring. So that was the only way Jarvis was going to be remaining in Cleveland. His situation is very, I've talked about it several times with Jarvis. This is a dude that has a cap hit of $16 million. That's far too high for his production at this point in his career. The Browns can cut him. He's not a guy that is going to cost you much dead money. They can save $14 million. He would only create around $1.7 million in dead money if the Browns do decide to cut Jarvis, or they could restructure the contract. At this point, I think it's just time to move on from Jarvis. Can we please move on? Let Jarvis go to a different team. Let him go with a veteran quarterback. It's enough. It's just enough. And then, we do have some Aaron Rodgers news, guys. At this point, we gotta get Aaron Rodgers the trade. We gotta get the trade. It's got to go through. It would not be good for me, if Aaron Rodgers were to re-sign with the Packers. I think Ian Rappaport, Aaron Rodgers feeding Ian Rappaport bad information right now. I think that's what's going on. I've thought about it, and Ian Rappaport comes on. Look at the combine. They're like, the combine starts March 1st. The combine, it's not even started. They're just talking. So there's really no exercises today when it comes to the combine. But Ian Rappaport, I saw him earlier this afternoon go on and run his mouth about Aaron Rodgers, negotiating a deal with the Packers. I think he got some bad sources there. He got some bad information. Aaron Rodgers will be demanding a trade from the Green Bay Packers. I've said that for about 4 weeks now. And, the Packers are just such a mess with their cap space. They would have to do these cap space maneuvers even without resigning Aaron Rodgers, just because they are in such salary cap hell. They are such a horribly run franchise. Horrible. Just horrible. When you've got Zadarius Smith at $27 million against the cap, you take a look at someone like David Bakhtiari making what he's making at age 31, coming off a major injury. It's disgusting, and it's just poor roster management by the Green Bay Packers, and people are feeding Ian Rappaport bad information, saying he's possibly resigning. He's talking about doing a deal with the Packers. The Rodgers camp wants to kind of surprise people. He's waited a little bit longer than we expected, but he will be demanding a trade in the very near future. I thought he would have demanded it on February 20th, but it's March 1st now, so he's taking his time with it. We'll have to see what happens. The combine, the Davante Adams thing, that all has to play out. They're probably going to franchise tag Davante Adams. That's just my guess, depending on what happens with Aaron Rodgers. Like, if Aaron Rodgers demands the trade, I don't think Devontae Adams will want to stay in Green Bay. There's really no point. You want to catch passes from Jordan Love. The Packers don't even like Jordan Love at this point. So, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.